Welcome to Shaking and Sipping. This is the show where we'll be shaking, stirring, or otherwise creating a number of cocktails and mixed drinks, and then sipping them and talking a bit about them. My name's Steven. Just wanted to give a brief introduction to the plan for this endeavor. I've been intermittently interested in mixology for a number of years, and recently, upon returning to the hobby, looked at the IBA's cocktail list, really for the first time. So the IBA is the International Bartenders Association. It's a group of national bartenders, guilds, and associations and things coming together to work on bartender education and standards and other things, which is fantastic. Part of what they do is they publish the list of official IBA cocktails, which I was aware of and had looked at some of, but had never really dove into previously. When I started to, I found some things that were a little bit odd to me. There's some drinks that I'm surprised are on the list. There's some drinks that I'm not surprised are not on the list, but that I wish were on the list. Maybe we'll get to that in a future episode. And also, with some of the drinks, the histories they give, some of the notes they give, don't seem accurate to things that I had researched before on these various drinks. So I decided that it would be a fun endeavor to work through and drink every one of the 90 drinks on the list. They're in 3 categories. There's the unforgettables, the classics, and the moderns. And each week we will go ahead and mix up the IBA's recipe for one of those drinks. We'll also mix up some variants if the IBA provides them, or some historical versions or other people's riffs on them to explore the drink a little more. We'll also look a little bit into the history of the drink and what we know about where it came from. See both for our own learning and just to kind of see what the IBA says versus what appears to be the case. Along with those each week, I'll be publishing a blog article, which will be similar to the video content, but if you prefer text or you want still pictures, or I'll probably write slightly more eloquently than when I ramble into camera, those will be updated each week as well. And then after I've done the shot and blog each week, I will go and order that drink at a local cocktail bar to see if the way they make it, with no call or instruction from me, is the same as the IBA, one of the variants we've looked at, or maybe something completely different, and see how that goes. Along the way, we may add in a few other episodes covering a drink that's not in the IBA, or something I've come up with, or something else topical, depending on what's going on. But with the IBA list, that's the next 90 weeks covered, so that gives us quite a bit to work on. Currently planning to release each Thursday, though that is subject to change, but we will do one a week till we get through the IBA 90. Our first episode, coming up very soon, will be for the Alexander. I hope you enjoy it, and in the meantime, I'm going to keep sipping this corn and oil. Cheers.